Hi everyone, and welcome to class. Welcome to VOIM220 Office Technology Software 3. Welcome to class. My name is Ron Torres, and there's my email address, and that's probably the best way to get a hold of me through the semester. Now, for some background, professionally I've been a professor now for about 6 years, and I also have a full-time position as a project manager. Academically, I have a number of degrees and certificates, but that last one there in data and telecommunications I earned as an online student, so I know what it's like to be on your side of the computer. Personally, I live in Boston today, but I grew up in the Philadelphia area. And I also love going to rock concerts, having seen everyone from Barry Manilow all the way through to Kiss. Now, for course outcomes, we'll be focusing on two different Microsoft technologies in this class, and the first is Microsoft Access. And by the end of this class, I hope that you'll be able to demonstrate the ability to analyze data and to design and create relational databases. This includes developing queries and customizing forms and reports. Now, by the end of this class, you'll be able to demonstrate an understanding of the use of databases and the importance of information as a commodity here in this information age. Now, the other technology we'll be focusing on is Microsoft Excel, and by the end of this class you'll be able to design and create and modify spreadsheets, including the advanced use of charts and graphs. And by the end of this class you'll be able to demonstrate your ability to apply spreadsheet principles to common business problems. Let's spend a minute on the approach that we'll use to learn all these things. Starting at the bottom of our learning pyramid, we'll focus on remembering and understanding the basic skills, and for that we'll utilize the Skills Assessment Manager, otherwise known as SAM, from Cengage Learning Systems. We'll use that to learn and understand advanced concepts associated with each of these technologies. Continuing up the pyramid, well, we'll apply what we've learned and use real-life case studies to analyze and evaluate the best uses of these technologies. And we'll cap off our pyramid when we create spreadsheets and databases as a basis of many of our activities and definitely our portfolio project. To do all this, well, you're required two specific resources. The first is our textbook, Microsoft Office Excel and Access 2012. But in addition, you'll also need access to SAM. Now, for those of you who have accessed SAM in a previous course like COM 150, you don't need to purchase this separate SAM Access card. Your previous access card is still valid. But if you've never accessed SAM 2010, well, you'll need to purchase a SAM Access card, and it's important to note that each of these is sold separately. They're not bundled together. So be sure that you purchase our textbook, and if you need to, also purchase our Access card, which is sold separately. There are a number of other resources also available through the college. The first is the 24/7 technical support line. Please use that if you're having any technical issues with our own learning management system. Now, you'll be using the college's virtual library to do some research. The third thing there is the APA style guide, and that'll become increasingly important as you continue on your journey here through Bryant and Stratton College. And finally, Optimal Resume. We'll be posting our portfolio project to Optimal Resume at the end of this class. And as part of this class, we'll have a number of different assignments and activities, and our grade allocation is spread this way: between discussions and reflections, between our midterm and final exam. You can see the portfolio project due in week 7 is worth quite a bit of your grade. Other activities and SAM training finish out our complete grade allocation. The grading scale we'll be using in this class conforms to the standard grading scale used throughout Bryant and Stratton College. Now that we've talked about our assignments, let's spend a little time and talk about our late policies. Having been an online student, I am very familiar with all of the different priorities in our lives and how we have to balance those through the next 7.5 weeks. When it comes to discussions, well, deadlines for your primary and participation discussion posts, they're fixed and can't be adjusted. They're fixed because this is not an individual assignment. Rather, it's a discussion with the entire class. Your primary discussion responses are due Tuesday by midnight. And for participation, these will end Saturday at midnight Eastern Time. When it comes to the other types of activities due in weeks 2 through 7, including weekly reflections and midterms, these are due Saturday by midnight Eastern Time. And here I can provide you some flexibility through the semester. Our late policy for these types of assignments will be 5% deduction each day that an assignment is late. After an assignment is more than 3 days late, it will unfortunately receive a 0. As for week 7.5, well, all assignments due in our last week together must be on time. That's because grades are due immediately after the last day of class, so no late assignments will be accepted for week 7.5. Although there are no exceptions for week 7.5, I can allow some exceptions for the first 7 weeks of the class. Now, I've been teaching for 6 years and I've heard so many different stories from students, it's incredible. But I can tell you that I will not allow any exceptions except for those made prior to the deadline. So if you know you've got an issue coming up and you're going to have difficulty turning in an assignment on time, please tell me before the deadline has come and passed. After the deadline is gone, there are no exceptions. Let's just talk about plagiarism for a moment. There's a definition here below, but I know you've all been introduced to different definitions of plagiarism in earlier courses. I take it quite seriously. If you're caught plagiarizing, that assignment will receive a 0 with no chance to resubmit. In addition, online academic advising will be forwarded an incident report. To be successful, please do not plagiarize assignments. So what does it take to be successful? It takes personal commitment. You need to be committed to putting in the effort, and there's a lot of effort in this class summarized here. And you need to take responsibility to be sure that you're meeting the deadlines for all of the different activities and assignments. Ultimately, your success is based on your commitment to having a sense of quality in everything that you do in class. That ranges all the way from discussions to our activities, our assignments, our training, including reflections. Well, thank you all for your time, and if you have any questions at all through this semester, please never hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you all.